We'll do that in just a minute. I want to start by showing you this catalog. This is from 1967. This is a catalog for the original Hot Wheels cars. And this is an international catalog. It's written in English and French, I believe. But you see right there it says 1967. And so this would have been part of all the work done in advance getting ready for the release of Hot Wheels in 1968. And if you look inside, it tells you all about the cars that are coming. So it says mag wheels, it says moving parts, low friction wheel bearings, and it says these are the fastest metal cars in the world. And then if you work your way through it here, you can actually see it's got the Cougar, the Mustang, the T-Bird, and the Camaro are all in there. And then also you can see that they have the Silhouette, the Diora, the Barracuda, and the Firebird. Then there's this third page of cars, which is the Fleet side, the Ford J car, the Custom Corvette, the Python, and then they also have the Beatnik Bandit, the Custom Eldorado, the Hot Heap, and the Custom Volkswagen. That's kind of what it shows in there, but I want to show you some of the cars that I have that are from that early era of Hot Wheels. These are part of the Sweet 16. If you look on the base, you can see the year that they were patented or patent pending and where they were made at, and then also the name. And so this is a custom Barracuda from Hot Wheels. It would have come out in 1968, patented in 1967. Again, that hood lifts up, closes down, and you have this dark interior. This is in played with condition. I pick these up at places, that are generally Marketplace is the place where I find these for just a few dollars each. Anyways, that's the 1967 custom Barracuda. And then next up, I have right here the 1967, it says on the base, and this is the custom Camaro. The Camaro, you see here, different than the Barracuda, the base has these square places, and that's kind of a sign that this is Hong Kong, is where this was made at. Thanks for joining in with me today. And then it says 1967, which that's the year of the patent, not the year that it came out. It's got the black top. And then again, you see this engine compartment, the hood that lifts up. And everyone loves those movable parts for the Hot Wheels back in the day. And then next I have this Barracuda, purple. It's got kind of a tan or cream interior. Again, the hood lifts up to show the engine compartment. And then inside, we see on the back side, it says 1967 Mattel Custom Barracuda. And this would have come out in 68. The date on the base of all of these is the patent year. That's not necessarily the year of release. For some Hot Wheels, the patent date can be a couple years before the actual date of the release of it happens, and they have all the concept stuff done, and then it's later released. But that's the custom Barracuda, and that's the custom Camaro. I have these two Barracudas. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. They're side by side. Feel like this Barracuda at some point in its life was kind of hand painted by someone, and then well loved and played with. And you can see the base and the top. This way you see the base and the top, and these are both from that same era, that same time frame. 1967 is when they're patented. In 1968. That's a nice shot right there. You can see inside, see the steering wheel, and see that really light colored, the front bucket seats, the back bench seat. It kind of has the same feel as the bucket. And then you can also, one of the things I like to do is just test and see how good the suspension is on all of these. And then I have the Cougar, which this also is from 1967, and which means it's a 68 release. And you see these squares on the bottom. That's kind of indicative of Hong Kong as a location. Here's the Camaro that I showed just a bit ago. These both, those are Hong Kong bases. You can see that in how they look. So That's the Camaro, and that's the Cougar. And they're both, the Camaro's been played with significantly amount more than the Cougar, but they're both in played with condition, and you can kind of see the engine compartment, which is kind of a repeat. Like they're very, very similar the way those engine compartments look. Not exactly the same, but a lot of things that look similar. Then I have also, I got this also from Hong Kong, 1968. It says on the base here 67. This is the fleet side, and this is the first truck in the Hot Wheels series. And you can look inside, see the bench seat, and you can see the steering wheel. Kind of like this, it's almost like a blown engine, but it's not exactly. It has this out of the top, and then it's got this cover on the back. But that's from 1967. And then I have right here, I've got the green J car. And one of the things that's neat for me on this is I really feel like a kid on this. If you look there, you see the Ford emblem. You can read it. And then on this side, the Ford emblem is upside down. So anyways, I feel like some kid owned this back in the day. Put the stickers on all around. #1 car. They're really happy, really proud. And then on this side, they put the Ford sticker in the wrong direction. And anyways, that's the J car. And then in that early Sweet 16 era, this is probably one of the better cars I have. Nothing I have is pristine at all. White interior. You can see right there that it's missing its steering wheel, but this would be a Hong Kong base. Again, these little slots in here are kind of identification that that's a Hong Kong base. 1967 is what it says there, so this is going to be released in 68. And if you go like this, you lift the hood, and you can see that engine compartment. But everyone just loved the movable parts back in the day, and just, Hot Wheels were a really, really great thing. And one of the things that I got recently that I'm excited to show is I got this catalog from 1967's when it's dated. So it's an international catalog, which is written in English and French. And inside the catalog, it gives some information about the custom racing cars for collectors. It shows the pin, and then it talks about mag wheels. It talks about moving parts, low friction wheel bearings, and then it says all the way up here, the fastest metal cars in the world. And this is really cool because they weren't relying so much on photography to get people interested in the cars. They really were relying on their artwork to kind of sell the cars back then, really early on, for people who hadn't seen them yet. And so inside this catalog, you have this Sweet 16, the very beginning of it, and the artwork. And so that very first car is the custom Cougar. And what I love is I have that. I don't have all of the Sweet 16, but I literally have that right here, the custom Cougar. So light blue, dark blue. And you can see how close this concept work was. The work on the hood is just a little bit different. It's set back a little farther on there, but they did a great job. And then they got the custom Mustang, and then the T-Bird, and then they got the custom Camaro. And the custom Camaro is actually one that I have here on the table right now. And again, it's kind of cool to just see this. That's their artwork, and then that's the car. Same era, same time frame. And they both are dated 1967, which would have been for the 1968 market. So it's just, to me, that's super cool. This is the catalog from 1967, which would have been used in 1968. And these are the cars that would have arrived in stores and kids would have played with. So this is the end product. This is the artwork. And again, on this one, you can see on top here, the hood, the embellishments on the hood are set back a little bit farther than they actually are in the final product of the car. But you turn the page, and one of the things here is you see the silhouette, you see Diora. You see the custom Barracuda. And for me, when I just got this literally in the mail a couple days ago from somebody who had it that I was able to get it from just for a few dollars. But you look through it and it's like, well, hey, I have that custom Barracuda. Again, this is the catalog, international catalog from 1967 is the date, 1967 the date here. Again, them protecting their property in advance for 1967 on there, and then they're for what Hot Wheels does in 1968, which is just amazing. There's the concept, and that's kind of how they sold these, based on the concept. And then this is what arrives in store shelves, the custom Barracuda. And then down below, you got the Firebird. So I got several pages of these. Then they got the custom Fleet side, and I have that as well on the table. All of mine are in like played with condition. Nothing's pristine or anything about that. You see the base there. That's a Hong Kong base. But anyways, folks just love these old cars. I love them. And I was really excited to get this catalog. And then the next one down is the J car from Ford. And you can see, boom, side by side, obviously slightly, different color, white and green, obviously. And it's got the stickers that come in it right there. But this is the concept work, and this is the finished product. Hot Wheels did such a good job on there. And then you got the custom Corvette, which I showed a few minutes ago. I have on the table right here in front of here. This is the same time frame. You see how good they did with the artwork. That light blue color they had on the car there for the artwork, and the dark blue of the one that I have. These cars are in all kinds of different colors. You can find different people that will give you an idea, but nobody's like really sure what the final number of different colors and variations were on each of those cars. Then there's the Python down there. Then the Beatnik Bandit, the Eldorado, the Hot Heap, and the Volkswagen. I think in the back, I think way back here on the table, I think I got, can't remember what year this particular Volkswagen, I just looked up and saw it. Let me look under, what's it say there? Got to get it close to the camera. That's not in great, 1960, which means that's the end of that first era. So part of that Sweet 16. So this is, the artwork with the blown engine and all that. The red lines, you see the pipes out the side here, and then you get it. And the thing that's interesting is this doesn't show the moonroof, the sunroof, whatever it is that you want to call it. But this is concept, and then this is finished product. Again, this catalog is from 1967, and that's the 16th car. It's actually car 6220. 6220 in English, and I believe this is French over here. But again, this catalog is so fun. It talks about the mag wheels, talks about movable parts, low friction wheel bearings, and then Hot Wheels makes this statement: fastest metal cars in the world. So that's kind of the Sweet 16 there. And then when you get back to the back end, you start seeing some of the other products that they had. So Hot Curves race action set. You have the drag race action set, which is really cool because right here on the end, this goes through the flag raises and you see clearly who the winner is. You have the stunt action set that has the loop. You have the strip action set, the speed race action set. You have these accessories like the Daredevil loop. Different accessories you can get: the 12 car rally case and the 24 car, the 12 car case. And then on the back, this one has this collector's log where you can see back in 1969 and 70, somebody kept a log of, they got a Fleet side in lavender, a Python in lavender in 70, a Volkswagen in 69 in green, a Silhouette in lavender in 69, and a Firebird in 69 in red. And so that's their collection. But anyways, that right there is a ton of fun. And I'm going to work my way through these and kind of show these as I learn more about them. But something else I got from my friend is he was able to pass along to me just for a few bucks the 69. And one of the things that's interesting to me is that immediately they're using actual photos of the vehicles. Back in this time frame, they're using artwork, and it's concept artwork, and none of it is identical to the vehicle. It's really close, and this is what they're selling based on. And then later years, they're using, there's a little bit of concept work that looks like concept work there, but the rest of it is lots of artwork, not artwork, but photographs that they actually do along the way. So I got that, and then I also have this catalog from 71, and then I have this catalog from 1970, and then I have this catalog from 1972. So anyways, I'm having fun with those, and anyways, like, I love talking about Hot Wheels, doing little videos that are educational, things I've learned along the way, things I share along the way. And then these cars are some of my favorites, kind of from, these are before my time. Red Lions are before my time. I came along in the 70s. I was a kid in the 80s. And so Hot Wheels in the 90s are when, like, okay, hey, I can remember that. These cars, excuse me, I dropped that. It happens. I have some vague memories of some Hot Wheels cars from when I was a kid, but those were like early 80s are my first memories. But I really love the cars from the 90s as well. So anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me. And I just want to encourage you to have a great day, and God bless. And, maybe some of you are thinking about going online from time to time and just sharing your collection to do that. All right. God bless. Have a good one.